speaking of making the work, Squatic finally making some inroads here on behalf of.
Absolutely gets in the back. Shadows.
Oh my god. Hello?
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 Uh-oh.
Hello?
Blur? Hello?
I don't think there's time. They're not gonna get back in touch. Somebody notices, no?
33% to a blob, but BDO sitting with 4 ultimates of their own. This next fight.
They can follow up a little bit of a glitch. Oh, this is could be used. I think this is everybody. He does!
The anti-nade came through, and as much as we saw, man, this is dirty. Oh
Yeah,
man.
Ulti, I'm popping it on everyone. The long spawns and over.
Wow.
Actually, it looks like Loki looking kill up top. Oh my god! Look at triple. Look at these different. I need coming out. Seriously, try and take up the different. Let's get it. Oh, here's a tip. All right, everybody, and welcome to our first league action of South African Overwatch. It is the Raving Mad Gamers Last Men Standing Tournament presented by PC International. My name is Sun Phoenix, and I'm joined here by Defect. Welcome.
I'm excited. First game, we got a new team, new players. I've been stewing on this one all week. I've been hoping we got it, and we got to cast them, and I'm ready for some Overwatch.
Yeah, it is going to be ReACE Legion taking on Atomic Phoenix. Now, ReACE Legion, if you've been paying attention, you'll be a little bit familiar with them, but the other team, Atomic Phoenix, that is a shot from the darkness. We've never seen or heard of this team before. All the players are new to the scene, and they're quite new to competitive Overwatch, it seems like.
Yeah, and that's just amazing. Like, the scene is still growing. We're still getting new teams, like, sort of this late into Overwatch. So hoping for Overwatch 2. So I'm excited to see what they got. And I think they got a good introduction team, like ReACE Legion, a team that's been sort of rebuilt recently. And I think it'll be a good matchup for your first Overwatch competitive experience.
Yep, absolutely. Before we get into the team specifically, though, guys, let's just chat about the tournament just for 2 seconds. It is, as I mentioned, the Raving Mad Gamers Last Man Standing Tournament, and it is a little bit of a different format. It will be a group stage into playoffs. There's nothing new there, but they are running the Swiss tournament format. So not all teams are going to be playing against all the other teams. Each team, I think, will have about 5 to 6 matches, and the Swiss tournament format will decide who their next opponent is based on their current win-loss record. And just a reminder, guys, as you can see on screen now, hashtag OverwatchZA. Oh no, this is the poll. Apologies, it's so tiny on my preview monitor. If you want to vote, you can vote. And as we can see here, the chat is saying ReACE Legion are Atomic Phoenix are favored. That's quite an interesting result, Effect.
I agree. Atomic Phoenix, exciting. They're new. They have Phoenix in their name, just like you. I don't see something that can go wrong.
Well, I was going to say ReACE stand a much better chance in this game, in my opinion, but you did say Phoenix in the name, so I really can't go against my brothers here.
I mean, if you're thinking with your head, ReACE is probably favored, but we don't do that here. Not in Overwatch. This is all from the heart. It all comes from in here.
And we'll start with our heart here for our first league game. Now, we did also have Metal State just a few weeks ago. Randburg Fire Department coming out on top of them. They will be likely making an appearance later on in this tournament as well. So keep your eye out for that. But here we've got some new teams. ReACE did also take part in Metal State, important to note. They did drop 2-0 to Team Gaming, though. No shame in that, obviously. Team Gaming, quite a strong middle table team. So that's kind of the level ReACE is at, just a level below Team Gaming and the rest of those teams. So let's take a look at these rosters here. We'll start with ReACE Legion, one we're more familiar with. It's going to be Yames and Luckies on the main and off tanks respectively, Aku on DPS, Furious on his other DPS, Hobo Parker and Vixen on the supports. And so Aku, Furious, Hobo Parker and Vixen all part of this roster before, but Yames and Luckies, man, that's going to be hard to say all game long. Two new players for this team.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see, swapping out your tank line is quite an integral part of your roster. Like, it defines the pace at which you play the game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be super interesting to see if they have brand new tanks, how they gel together, how they gel with each other, and if that is the change they need to not end up bottom of the log as they did in 2020.
Yeah, and bottom of the log is we wouldn't expect them to be there. There's a couple of new faces here, a pair of new teams that Carls has put together that have formed like this weekend. So they really have no experience together. And then at least 2 other new teams, including Atomic Phoenix here, which they'll be fighting on a level with. And it's really going to be, I'm expecting Riese to be near the top of that bracket of new teams. But we're going to have to wait and see as the tournament progresses. But let's take a look at their opponents here. The new faces, Atomic Phoenix, Dat Salty Rat, and Neokratos on the tanks, Jake the Hake and Merciless on the DPS, and Clo and Ferret on the supports. But we can expect this team to switch around a lot. They don't really have set roles.
Yeah, they asked beforehand in the lobby, it's like, how often can we swap roles? So I'm expecting something awesome and chaotic and amazing. Unfortunately, like, they're brand new, like we've mentioned. We don't have any information on how they perform. We can't tell you like any history of what heroes they prefer. So it's going to be exciting to see what they roll out with, and for them to forge sort of their own identity in like Causa, in like South African Overwatch.
Yeah, we can't even tell you the SR, guys. Like, we really are flying blind with this team. We're going to be on a journey of discovery, us two here in the casting booth, metaphorically, and also you guys watching. So don't forget, guys, hashtag ZAOverwatch if you want to get in touch. Using that hashtag, you might get your tweet featured on stream. So please go ahead and do that. We'll read it out here. And there's the lobby once again, in case you're wondering what that looks like. And let's just let the teams know we're ready here. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. There we go. So that is what you can expect to see, guys, if you use that hashtag.
All right, we're going to head into Oasis soon, and we are just setting up all the players. So I am super excited. Sun, predictions.
Predictions 3-0 Riese Legion. Not going to mince words here. I'd love my boys, my Phoenix peeps here to perform well, but I like to go with my head over my heart usually.
Well, that's because you're the play-by-play and I'm the color, so I get to say with my heart, I think the Phoenix team will win.
It's usually supposed to be the other way around, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm going to go 3-2 for Atomic Phoenix.
3-2, expecting a 5-game series. Well, if we see that, I'll be super happy. And like I said, guys, we don't know the SR of these guys, and that can make a big difference at this level. Riese Legion going to be relying on teamwork more than mechanical skill, would have to expect. And so if their opponents, Atomic Phoenix, can come with some heavy hitters in the mechanics departments, that can carry them a long way here. So we're going to have to wait and see just what happens, but it is going to be Oasis here. We'll be starting on Gardens.
Yeah, a nice and brawly map with some Pharah sort of specialities, not known for like the long sight line, so I doubt we'll see anything like an Ashe or a Widowmaker or anything like that. So hopefully like some projectiles and some flankers and some Reinhardts swinging on each other.
Said you weren't expecting an Ashe or Widowmaker, but Merciless, he will be bringing out the Widowmaker here alongside the Junkrat. Not a hero we often see on this map, but you can see how it can have quite a big effect on those tight choke on the peripheral of the point.
Yeah, spam corners, and I see Merciless already letting us down by actually having a Pocket Mercy.
Well, you got to do what it takes to win, and I'm expecting to see a lot of comfort picks out here. Good hook to start things off here, and immediately Aku's going to go down. So a great start for Atomic Phoenix. No matter what happens from here out, they can say they got the first kill in their first match. Pushing forward now, Ferret looking to put the pressure on, playing quite aggressively. Struggling a bit here. Vixen going to even things up here, getting rid of the main support there. Nice work from them. Neokratos here just going to pump in the damage with the Orisa here. Out of shield, under pressure now, forced into the corner and taken down. Yames and Lucky working together there to take down the opposite tanks and grab that first cap.
Yeah, this is very much just a case of out-sustaining the other team. Like the Widowmaker sat on top, she didn't hit too many shots by going by her ult charge. So it was essentially like a bit of a 5v6. And losing their main support, the Mercy, just allowed the team of Riese to pump out more healing and eventually grind out the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at ultimate charges here, Vixen has managed to build up her ultimate. That big boop at the start, I think, going a long way to helping her get that ultimate up. And now, pushing forward here is Aku and the rest of the team. Furious has his Dead Eye ready to go. Should he choose to commit it? Shield dropping low. We might see him pop it now. When they come around this corner. James finds one. Vixen with another big boop here. No ults committed, I think, for RES Legion. And they're going to get a full 6-man wipe on that team fight.
That was a clean fight from RES. I think the odds of Atomic Phoenix taking the next fight is going to come down to this Junkrat tire. If Jake the Rat himself can land a big 4-man, that's going to be the opening they need.
Yeah, let's not confuse things here because there is a rat on their team as well. So it is going to be a bit confusing. So many animals being represented on that team. Atomic Phoenix, Furious with the Dead Eye ready to go here. Here we go. This is what you're talking about, but great ultimate from Vixen there. Going to prevent the team from taking too much damage. Widow coming back in, but the Shadow hits the ground here. Hits quite a few down, but the kills aren't quite there. One does come through, but it's returned immediately by the Salty Rat, and they find any more. Atomic Phoenix dropping low here as they lose another one, but the return kills are coming. Graviton Surge forced to be committed here by the blue Zarya. Ku going to clean that one up. It's just 2 left on the point now. Merciless in the mix somewhere as well, I think. But this is going to be a tough team fight to win, and they're going to back out here. Good discipline from Atomic Phoenix here as they just pull back, but they don't have that much time. Only 4 seconds left on the clock here. This wall buying them so much time on the side of RES. They do manage to get the touch though. Lucio Ferret manages to get that one and keep his team in the game. Soundbear committed just to keep himself alive. Unfortunately, he had to pop that one over. He was going down. Merciless gets a headshot onto Furious, but they've lost 2 in the meantime. Another one goes down. It's a 5v3 now as they clean things up. The Junkrat on the high ground. The Mercy pocket. He's not even going to go for the point touch. He knows it's over.
Yeah, a pretty one-sided affair, kind of in line with what you predicted, at least on the first map. But, I mean, it's Control. We see Control always be the wild card. Sometimes teams take a bit to gel together, or maybe they're hero specialists like Merciless on the Widow, which is just not on the map that they need.
Well, is this map any better for Widow? I don't really think so.
Marginally, like it has a couple of longer sightlines, but again, like playing on the point, it's very hard for the Widow to maintain that much control. But we'll see. I think the Widow will help break any situation where they're being spawn camped too hard.
Yeah, well, and now they've got the Echo as well, so theoretically the Widow could be an okay counter to the Echo. So something to play for here for Atomic Phoenix. Of course, this is their first competitive game, so really it's about building experience more than anything else. We're not expecting an unidentified kind of run here from teams, from our newer teams, but James, he's going to start things off there with the kill onto the Junkrat. Jake the Hake going to get taken down there. Lucky's going to find another kill, so no DPS left in the game for Atomic Phoenix here as RES Legion look to get aggressive now. Can they get the cleanup? Can Aku find anything here with the pulse pistols? Not quite yet, but he's just pumping in the damage onto that Reinhardt. They're holding onto point here, Atomic Phoenix, just looking to hold this position while they wait for the reinforcements, but that anti-heal going to make Reinhardt's life very difficult. Losing his mercy isn't going to help either as the monkey gets into the back line. Yane and pile drive here on the point as they clean up this Lucio, and it looks like RES Legion going to get the first cap here. Ooh, return kill comes in, but it's not going to be enough, and the Res will come out as well.
Oh, brawly, scrappy fight, going a bit back and forth, but overall, I'm questioning the choice of tanks and healers on the side of Phoenix. They seem to be running like this low healing, like streamlined comp with double shields who want to brawl. I don't know if they have the sustain to get through all the healing provided on the side of RES. So posturing up, pick going in the direction of RES, but being picked up immediately.
Oh, okay, and they get the return kill. Nice work from Jake the Hake to recoup those losses, and now they can push forward with that numbers advantage. There is some Mercy in the mix, though, for RES Legion, and nice pulse bomb does find the Mercy there.
That's their main
Atomic Phoenix
gone as well.
Yeah, exactly. That Mercy can't go down, otherwise they've got nothing left to offer in the healing department, really. Lucio not going to offer much. There's the Salty Rat gets aggressive now. He's got the Shadow, but he will get taken down before he can pop it. Neo Kratos going to try and do his best backcapping Lucio impression here, but he's a little bit bigger than the Lucio, and he's likely going to pay with his life, and he really needs to just die. So his team, but they're coming in here, and I really feel like they should just be regrouping here and setting up for the next fight. And okay, it looks like they're all going to do that. That's good to see.
A bit of a rough stagger, and losing that ult as well is going to cost the...
Oh, yeah. can see that. Yeah, unfortunate for them. Jake the Hake, though, once again, as you mentioned, defect this ultimate. Oh, he gets the stun, doesn't quite get the headshot off the Merciless. Unfortunately, fire in the hole. Here it comes. The tire, can he find anything? No, lose. Lucky's immediately shuts that down now as the team looks to get aggressive. Echo has a duplicate. She pops it onto the Reinhardt and straight into the backline here. She's going to focus down the Sarissa. Pull that ulti and use the Shadow Ride here. I think it's going to be huge. Oh, no, she gets killed just before she pops it. Perfect timing. But they're losing too many players on Atomic Phoenix here as Lucky's looks to clean things up. He gets stunned out, but it's not going to keep that McCree alive for very long, unfortunately. Yeah, here he is. Furious going to pick up another couple of kills in this team fight. And Re-Ace Legion sitting pretty here as they try and shut this Lucio down. Are they going to get him? Yes. Let's kill him. They do just that. Oh, bombs in the front line as well, so they can't even come through the point. And it is going to be Re-Ace Legion with a pretty dominant performance on map 1.
Yeah, this very much feels like a new team, like trying to find their groove.
Mm-hmm.
I really think this comes down to a lack of composition. From what I've seen, like the Junkrat, the mechanics are fine, but running these like two like thirsty healing main tanks with a Lucio and a Mercy, it's just not going to out-sustain what the Echo and a Wrecking Ball just swinging through every time.
Yeah.
And as you can see, like the Junkrat picking up all the gold medals just simply because like he isn't as reliant on the healing that the tanks are. The tanks being sort of shut out of the match just due to the lack of sustain on their side.
Yeah, and he's got a pocket a lot of the time as well, so he doesn't need the healing, but he's getting the healing anyways and the damage boost as well, letting him pump out a whole lot more damage as well. So yeah, I think we're seeing Atomic Phoenix kind of just fall onto their comfort heroes here. I'm not sure there's much thought going into composition, which is fine for a new team. I think it's good to just get comfortable in the competitive environment, just try things out and see what's going to work and what's not going to work.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw this that Re-Ace did like a year ago in their first form. They tried what they could. They sort of felt out each other. They felt out how to play in a competitive environment, and they've now built something that looks like a decent like competitive Overwatch game. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they have to offer as they sort of feel each other out and learn how to play a structured like competitive Overwatch game.
Yeah, as well. And hopefully if they join the community and they get access to some of the resources available there, and that can help them kind of mature into a competitive team here. But it's only been one map, so anything could happen over the course of the next few maps as we wait for some switches to happen here. As we mentioned, I think both of these teams are quite... okay, maybe not. But at least Atomic Phoenix, we know, is likely to be switching roles quite a bit. So expect to see that. And maybe they just really weren't comfortable on those roles. And getting used to role select as well is something they might not be used to. Might be contributing to their inflexibility a bit.
I'm just concerned about the mental game of Atomic Phoenix right now. Like you're coming in your first game and you get locked out twice in a row by a team that was marketed as one of the, like bottom of the log last year, like one of our challenger division teams. So they're not going up against the Rwanda private departments.
Yeah, absolutely. Just point something out, guys. It is a different map setup to what we've been used for the last couple of years. Last year at least, where we've been having map sets where we have each map picked out for each map type for the match. We're going back here for RMG just to the olden days, the good old days of picking from a map set. So they have a choice of 3 maps, and I imagine we'll see King's Row picked here, but we're going to have to wait and see. Sorry. It's Escort first. Peach throwing once again, apparently.
What is the best Escort map? Someone put up a poll.
Yeah, what is the best Escort? What is your favorite Escort map?
It's Rialto or Gibraltar, in my opinion.
Rialto or Gibraltar? Gibraltar is not bad. You're not a fan of Route 66?
No. You know what it is? It's Dorado. It's Dorado. Dorado is my favorite map.
Dorado's pretty good.
I also have a couple of memories with Thunderclap holding Goliath Gaming 3-0 on Goliath on Dorado back in the day.
Trizzle saying an entire team of flexes only in ZA Overwatch. I'm excited to see Thomas Moore play in their match as well, college. And we'll see. Maybe this is the strat. Maybe Atomic Phoenix are ahead of the curve here, because we've been seeing in Overwatch League actually some unusual flexing going on with people who are. I mean, it's really only been flex supports playing mid-scan DPS, but still, it's unusual.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think it just speaks to the meta in Overwatch being much less rigid than it has been. Look, there is comps like, double bubble and like the rush of the diva and all that, but you still have, for example, in the first weekend of Overwatch League, every single hero saw playtime.
Yeah, true. So guys, it is going to be Junkertown here. A map where we're quite common, or we used to commonly see the sail, the pirate ship coming out, and for a team like Atomic Phoenix, I think that would be the kind of thing that could really set you on the right track. If you could bring out a strat like that, something cheesy, something silly, but easy to execute and hard to deal with if you're not coordinated, I think that could stand them quite well. But they are going to go here back to the Orisa, bring out the Roadhog, which I quite like, but they didn't have so much success at the beginning. But otherwise, this is a map, at least this first point effect, where Merciless can get serious value on that Widowmaker.
Yeah, this is he's been, I assume it's a he, they have been playing that Widowmaker quite religiously. And I'd love to see what they're on the Widowmaker map now, to see what he can do if he's in his natural habitat, how impactful he can be. Like this first point is going to come down to that Widowmaker, especially seeing only a McCree on the other side to answer for that.
Yeah, and really you don't want to be dueling a Widowmaker as a McCree, obviously. She benefits from the range greatly. Oh, need to be careful not to go down there. Jake the Hake as the wall goes up in front of the door there.
Ferret hasn't picked yet, so they're coming out now. But I like the Baptiste pick. It's a lot of sustain for them. And this looks shaping up to be a good match.
Yep. Jake the Hake just going to be pumping damage there through the corridor. Baptiste has received a few nerfs recently, not quite the powerhouse he was a couple of weeks ago, but that's a good start. That's what they're looking for. Merciless finds a headshot onto Aku, and now going to look to follow that up with a couple more kills. They haven't dealt with the shield here, so his angles are kind of limited, but that's a good hook onto the Baptiste. They need to get rid of the immortality field there and clean it up, and not going to do that just yet. This is a good start for Atomic Phoenix.
Yeah, unfortunately, the tank line kind of collapsing there under the just sustained pressure of Zarya McCree.
Oh, that's a bad Valkyrie.
That was questionable, Valk.
Yeah, comes out so late there. She's not going to die, but I rather feel like her spawn is... She's almost in spawn anyways. It wouldn't have been that much worse to die. Aku's going to find Jake the Hake there, and now they're going to come up. These walls from Aku haven't been tremendous, but he is buying his team some time at least while Atomic Phoenix try and get set up.
Here comes the tire, what have we been waiting for?
Ooh, round the back, only finds immortality field. Good work from the Baptiste, Hobo Parker, getting that down. Furious finds the headshot onto Merciless, so getting rid of that Widowmaker. Now finding another kill on the other DPS. So Furious cleaning things up here for his team. Needs to be careful not to get hooked, just going to back up here. Has his ultimate at the ready. Should he choose to throw it down? And he does. Oh, that's going to be huge. He finds a double, gets a triple, picks up 5 in that team fight.
Yeah, it's the Furious show all day, all night, 24 hours a day. He's just taking the duels of the Widowmaker with no fear. And winning them, which is also scary.
Yeah, I think benefiting a bit from having the mobile shield of the Reinhardt there, he can kind of play around his teammates a little bit more easily than Merciless can. Now,
interesting from Jake the Hake.
Yeah.
In the back line.
Oh my goodness, yeah, here he is. Can he find a quick pick? He's hit one of these. He gets one onto the Lucio. They're dropping low, but they haven't found a kill. Merciless does get that first pick. He's got the ultimate now. He's going to throw it down, but it's going to go down straight. No ways! With the triple kill. Finally, a team fight win for Atomic Phoenix here. Thanks in no small part to Jake the Hake.
Finally. I think that's the 5th tire.
Popped that in Hobo Parker's face. He was like, just try something.
No fear.
Just try something.
Yeah, what is Hobo Parker going to do?
Shoot it?
Does one burst kill a tire? From Baptiste?
I don't think so. I think it's 2 bursts.
Yeah, it's 2.
All right, pushing forward here. Lucky's with the Graviton Surge going to start things off. Catches a couple, but the Immortality Field will go up there, but that is a Blizzard inside as well. Aku going to clean things up here. Merciless, no fear. Team's gone down. Okay, eventually he will skedaddle on out of there, but Lucky's tracks him down with a chunky right click, and that's going to be that for that Atomic Phoenix push.
Yeah, that is I think the difference between like being a ranked player and being like a constructed player. Like, in a constructed team where like they come out, they rush like one man speed boost, alt 6k, like go next. Like it's it's not a behavior we haven't seen yet. Ooh, nice fire strike.
Oh yeah, through the window as well. Not much hope. That salty rat does get a return kill, but not going to be anything else. You have 15 seconds left on the clock here. It's looking pretty hard for Atomic Phoenix.
Yeah, well, they won one fight, but they're gonna have to switch to like rush heroes to get even the touch off. But I'm not seeing a wrecking ball.
No, and Ferret switches onto the Zen, which is not the easiest hero to make a lot of distance quickly on, unless you're being flung across the map by something else. But unfortunately, Atomic Phoenix, a little bit more life in them that time around. They did manage to get that team fight win thanks to Jake the Hake, but Ria's Legion looking a little bit too well put together here on Jakarta.
Yeah, this is very much we've practiced playing together before versus we play ranked sometimes kind of environment where I don't see too much difference between the skill level, although Furious might have something to say about tweet me at Furious. But this is very much a situation where this is like, again, constructed like comms using your ult in a very economical and staggered fashion, not valking outside the spawn door when your team's dead.
And just to draw a comparison to some of our top teams who maybe aren't the most synergistic players in terms of how much practice they put in as a unit, those players all have literally 2 to 3 years of competitive experience. So they can jump into any team and know exactly how the team is supposed to function. Whereas if you're a newer player without any competitive experience, it really takes a bit of grinding to get used to learning the ebb and flow of a competitive match. And I think Ria's are putting on a clinic, relatively speaking, of how to operate as a competitive team.
Yeah, I think this is a wonderful sort of first match for a team like Atomic Phoenix. See what's out there, seeing that these are not like head-clicking across the map god players. Average mechanics, but putting them together is what counts.
Exactly. Game knowledge is quite critical here, and that's something you can learn. Mechanics, you have to grind, and if you're getting dumpstered by 80k in your first match, it's not going to feel good because you stood zero chance. But this is the kind of match you think you could win if you play them again next month. So looks like it is going to be Furious here on the Echo, just pumping in the damage. Lucky's will clean up the Baptiste as Aku looks to put the damage here onto the Orisa. Finds that kill. Can they get the Diva as well? Not going to be too tough of a kill as the cart marches on forward.
I was watching the health bar of Lucky's when he was just sitting in the middle of their tank line. And I don't think he went below his allotted 100 armor.
I mean, if you're not used to competitive play, this is a really hard comp to deal with.
Yeah, it is. It overwhelms you very quick. It rolls onto you like a tide, and if, like you said, if you're not expecting that, it does feel very like unmanageable.
Yeah, and you might come up against it in ranked, but not with the kind of coordination even a team like Ria's is able to put together here. Aku has his ultimate. Look to throw that down. Needs to be cognizant of the defense matrix, and is so. Or he gets that down. You might just throw it down now to kill the baby. Not even going to need it. It's going to slap it down now as the respawns come through. Revives as well. That is a pulse bomb. Not going to find anything there, unfortunately. But Merciless struggling to find value on this Widowmaker. Furious over the top here, just pumping in the damage. But it is going to be Ria's Legion cleaning up Junkertown again in dominant fashion. But more signs of life here from Atomic Phoenix.
They won 1.5 fights, which is more than the 0 they won in the previous maps. So progress. And this is going to be the big tire. I hope he clips this.
Oh yes.
The first.
Oh yes.
Game. Very good.
If I'd gotten something like that in my first match, I would have been so pleased.
Oh yeah. That's a memory.
Yeah, exactly. Something you talk about, like when you're a seasoned veteran in a year's time, you can talk about your first match and how you
can look back.
dumpstered Reace Legion. You know, just change the story slightly as time goes on. Yeah, I think it was like 3-2. It was pretty close. Like,
Yeah, pretty
almost
close.
won.
99 on every man.
Exactly.
But something. Let's talk about Reace. They're looking good.
They are looking good.
They're coordinated. They're staggering ultimates like together. They're comboing it. They're doing like everything you want from a team. They're peeling. This is amazing to see. Like this is not what we're used to expecting from this team.
Yeah, and beyond that, also it's this. Looking at Atomic Phoenix is what we saw of Reace Legion this time last year. So it's really awesome to see how these teams develop over time, and how the new kid on the block can experience what you're and it's got to be so great for Legion to come into their first match. Okay, it's the second match technically, but their first match in this league setting, where they can look at it and be like, guys, we've made an improvement. We're looking pretty good. We know what it feels to dominate a game, and that is. Yeah. It's a feeling that can instill a lot of confidence in you for a team that hasn't really had much results-wise to show, but have clearly been working hard in the off-season to improve their play.
Yeah, and that confidence is key, as you mentioned. Like a lot of players gain 500 SR or 1,000 SR just from their testes alone, from pushing in and not being scared to take like a fight or tanks to make space. And trusting it in your team. It's like, if I'm a tank on Reace Legion, I know Furious is going to push with me if I go into the spawn doors on Reinhardt.
Yeah.
So this type of dominating experience where it's quite one-sided in your favor is a big level up moment for the team doing the dominating.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have both experienced both sides of this coin. Being Atomic Phoenix,
it does.
Yeah. I mentioned unidentified earlier. The only team I can think of that's ever come in, faced an established team, and dominated them, because they came in, beat DDC Dominion at the time. They beat them. I can't remember the scoreline, but we were all shocked because that never happens. So you usually expect teams to come in like this, less experienced, getting used to competitive play, not even understanding and knowing the rules that much. That's all par for the course for new teams. So it's going to be exciting to see how they grow going forward. But yeah, I mean, I remember my first match getting dumpstered by, I think it was Nova X at the time, which had Dark Magician and Krakens on it. That's a lineup you probably never even knew existed back in the day.
I'm old, I know.
Yeah, exactly. I think we scrimmed them once and actually beat them, but maybe that's me lying in retrospect again.
Knowing Dark Magician, he was probably very high.
Yeah, probably some substances flowing there. But guys, we are going to be jumping here into King's Row. I mentioned it earlier, and unsurprisingly, that will be our third map, South African standard.
International standard at this point. This map
pretty much
widely regarded as the best Overwatch map of all of them, and I tend to agree.
Yeah, I'm my ideal map pool is King's Row 5 times in a row. I would love to play that. Watching it, maybe not so much, but definitely as a player, I would scrim King's Row whenever I got the chance. So it is going to be King's Row here. That's not going to favor it. Okay, yes, Phoenix Cheers' brother, Terran Lord, saying he's so proud to see Legion in their first casted match of the year, and I'm sure he's going to be very proud of the results they're putting up and the performance they're putting out as well. So they can be very proud of that, and we are impressed so far and excited to see how they perform against some of the other teams in their bracket. Of course, we mentioned earlier. It's not an actual bracket, just their relative skill bracket, their power
tier on the power rankings.
Exactly. Defect and I know a thing or two about power rankings, and seeing also the relative skill of our newer teams as well. So looking at the compositions here, Defect, anything stand out to you?
Look, Zarya, Reinhardt. This looks like a well put together Reace team who know what the comp is. The Orisa seems to be a pick out of comfort more than anything else.
Yeah.
But I like the improved healing output. I think this is going to get them far in King's Row.
Yeah, Ferret has now switched onto this Moira. Oh, here's a duel that you like to see. Ashe versus Widowmaker. You generally favor the Widowmaker here. with that single headshot potential, but Merciless is going to struggle. We've seen how good Furious is on that hit scan from the previous map, so he will be struggling. And immediately, as I say that, he goes down. Furious finds that headshot, takes him down, and puts Rias Legion in a dominating position here. Ku can follow up the DPS, killing the opponent DPS. That's always what you want to see if you're a Rias Legion fan, as they can now push forward and just clean things up. That is a very nice wall, just to secure them a few more kills. Surprisingly, not getting that many kills. What looked like a pretty well set up play, but they're going to pull back now. Good discipline from Rias.
Yeah, the only thing I'm a bit concerned about here is the ult charge coming out of Lucky's is not where I'd like to be on a Zarya who is winning every fight.
Yeah.
51% on the second and a half fight.
Yeah.
But that could be down to this Orisa barrier just not cracking.
Exactly. Struggling to build charge as well, maybe. Look at already how much he's gotten from just this fight. Now that he's built some charge. Shadow comes out, finds only one. Couple of people on fire here, and not in a good way, as Aku looks to push forward. He has the Blizzard available, should he choose to use it. Gonna throw the wall up. Almost catches Azari out, but Furious somehow tracks down the Mercy and puts her into the grave. Sends her back to the spawn. He's gonna be building up towards a Bob now. So, pretty strong hold from Rias so far.
Yeah, and now they're gonna just combo a couple of ults in here and clean up this fight.
Oh, nice Blizzard. Not even combo defect, just throwing the Blizzard out. Nice execution from Rias Legion. Knowing exactly how many ultis they need to commit. They even pull out a res here as they force that player back into the spawn.
So again, the Junkrat Tire being the first one charged, it's going to be critical here, although I think Hobo Parker's Immortality Field is ready.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for that. James starts things off with a kill here. James, not to be confused with James from formerly of Vanguard, now I believe on Team Gaming, as Rias looks to push forward. That's an ult right there. Finds that Graviton Surge, picks off two, and now they can force them back into spawn once again. This is an interesting ultimate timing here. Can he find anything? Nope, as you said, exactly as predicted. The Immortality Field keeps the tanks alive. Good play from Hobo Parker and the crew there.
Yeah, and trading a Junkrat Tire for Immortality Field, it's something you take as a Baptiste every day, every week. Twice on King's Row Sundays.
Well, let's see if there's enough time to make it twice on King's Row. As Merciless looks for the angles, he finds the headshot. Beautiful play from him. Can they move forward? No Mercy in the mix here for the red team, the blue team. Yeah, in the back line. Does he find anything? He finds the second support, or the first support rather, as they've killed the May. Now the grab comes out. This is the chance for Atomic Phoenix to grab this first point. Shadow from the back line. Do they have what it takes to get these kills? No, Bob firing back, and Furious. Just too much for Atomic Phoenix to handle here, but that's what we want to see out of them. And you don't have to win every team fight. You don't have to win any team fights. You just have to put it all together when it counts. And you can see there's some life here in Atomic Phoenix.
When the going gets desperate, they start doing things that I would have loved to see them do from the start. Like getting in on these little flanks, taking off angles, like all the while tanks pushing aggressive, like. These are things they should have been doing, with the first 4 minutes of the map.
Yeah. Double kill there from the Lucio. Vixen going to be happy with that as Yame picks up a double kill of his own. And unfortunately, Rias, a brick wall here at the front of King's Row as they hold Atomic Phoenix with a full hold.
Yeah, and again, I think ultimate combos it was the key ability here. I didn't see too many combos coming out of Atomic Phoenix, but every time you saw a May ult or a Grav and a window or something come out in that fashion, it was even the Shadow was followed up by a ball immediately. This is good call outs and good ult combos.
Yeah. The more we're seeing out of Rias actually defect, the more I feel like they're actually a decent team. It's not just in the face of some relative incoordination. They're pretty well put together. I'm excited to see them up against some of the teams in a tier slightly higher than them even.
Yeah, like James and Lucky is really like putting in the work here, like pulling their weight, and having a hit scan like Furious behind you that they can trust. I feel like you can see the Reinhardt like pushing in and knowing that there's going to be follow up from the DPS, which I'm excited to see going forward into, as you said, higher tier teams and see how they compete.
And that's the kind of thing that you need to keep when you go into higher tier matches. Like, it's very easy to lose that confidence and then play differently when you're playing against people you think are better than you.
Exactly. That's why confidence is so important in Overwatch, and it affects your ability usage, like the damage you can tank, things like that.
Yeah. Oh, Furious. I like that play from him. Really smart play. He waits for the first Widow shot. She's not concentrating on him or where he is. He comes out, he gets that headshot, and immediately puts his team in an advantage, and now they're pushing forward. There has been a kill. Lucky's finds a double. Can he find any more here? He finds one. He finds another almost, and that is going to be it. Re-Ace Legion with a dominating performance here on Kings Row, as well as on our previous 2 maps, and they will take a 3-0 victory.
Shout out to Clo with the pistol, just desperation pistol. We know you have the fire in it, you Clo. You wanted that win.
Yeah, you can't put them down for their motivation here. Yeah. It's going to be our player of the game, Aku here with this Blizzard. Is it?
I really like this play of just the Blizzard and amping speed boost.
Yeah,
like simple combo, but.
Yeah, no, very, very nice to see. So that is going to be that, guys. Re-Ace Legion, one of our newer teams playing against potentially our newest team here in Atomic Phoenix and taking a very, very well-earned 3-0 victory and showing a lot of improvement over the last time we saw them in July-ish last year. So excited to see how Re-Ace improve and excited to see how Atomic Phoenix develop here. Fingers crossed they don't take this loss as the end of their South African Overwatch careers. And I hope they keep pushing here because we'd love to see how they improve and what they can keep doing here going forward.
Yes, and I'm looking at the chat here, the match chat post game, and it is just the most wholesome, like, don't be afraid to ask for help, guys, like, welcome to the community type thing. It warms my heart. I love this. This is what like Overwatch and the community tournaments are about. Absolutely.
We want to see Atomic Phoenix in Causa and interacting. If you guys are keen, nobody's forcing you to do anything, of course. And we'd love to have you, though. So that is going to be it. Before I let you go, Defect, can you give me a player of the match?
Furious. He clicks faces. Like, what can I say? He clicks the faces real good. I like the way how he follows up every time the tanks push in. He's right behind them. It was like having a tiny off tank. This is like between the Reinhardt and the Zarya position. Yeah. I really like its aggressive. It speaks to a lot of trust in your team, like in your composition. He was never left behind, which is also important. Sometimes like you'll push up and then the tanks decide like, oh, we're leaving now, and then you get stranded. Mm-hmm. So good. I do want to give an honorable mention to Ferret. I like the Lucio. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of good speed boosting around on the tanks and stuff. It speaks to good coordination, but I'm going to have to give it to Furious. And
shout out to Jake the Hake as well, Mr. 3K Junkrat tie. You can't overlook that. So well played to him as well. But yeah, I agree completely. Furious really put in a strong performance and kind of player you've got to be looking at now going forward. If Re-Ace Legion can't perform, can you still look towards him as being a standout performer for some bigger teams going forward? Or can he carry this team to the future? Or will we see some of the other names on the team really stand out in their future matches? But guys, that will be it for the RMG Last Men Standing tournament here presented by PC International. Our first match of the tournament.
The league.
You can tell it's the first match because I don't even know what's going on. Was a success here. Re-Ace Legion taking a 3-0 victory. If you want to get in touch with myself, I'm at SunPhoenix on Twitter, SunPheonyx, as you can see on screen right now. Defect, where can we find you?
You can find me trolling the Causa general chat, usually. Otherwise, I tweet weird things at defect_ZA on Twitter.
Absolutely, and the Peach today is doing our production today. Everything you see on screen here has been put together by the Peach today. And Cena, a member of our community, I believe, is he on the team at the moment? He's on Team Gaming, isn't he?
I believe he's Team Gaming, but I
think so.
Might be corrected.
Anyways, guys, go follow Cena on Twitter. Peach, quickly go locate Cena's Twitter so I can plug him here quickly. If you want to get onto Causa, and this I'm directing straight at Atomic Phoenix because we'd love to have you guys. Join our Discord. You can find us at ZA Overwatch on Twitter. You can find a link to our Discord there. It's being posted in chat all the time as well. So please come join, come say hello, and come get involved. We'd love to have you, whether you're Atomic Phoenix or somebody new looking to get involved for the first time. We love you guys. We'll be nice when we cast you, and we will cast you. And not everyone can say that. But we'll try and cast you at least.
Yeah. And if you guys want coaching, I'll personally come help you out as well if you can't find me.
Is that a threat or a...
Yeah, it's a threat. I like them. They're cute.
I'm waiting for... I want to get the what's the name from Cena. Cena underscore. Okay, at Cena underscore on Twitter, guys. He's been doing a lot of our graphics for them. And so if you like those, which I do, I think you can go follow him and go poke him to make some graphics. For money, of course. So, guys, that will be that. Thanks so much for joining. And we'll see you next time.